Welcome to the channel, everybody. Today we're diving deep into some crazy sports scandals. We're talking about the dark side of competition, man. The lengths some people will go to for victory. It's a wild world out there. And sometimes the pressure cooker of professional sports pushes people to make some seriously questionable decisions. We've got a list of 7 athletes who got caught cheating, and trust me, some of these stories are gonna blow your mind. These aren't just your average run-of-the-mill slip-ups. We're talking about elaborate schemes, blatant disregard for the rules, and the kind of scandals that rock the sports world and leave a permanent stain on legacies. So buckle up, because we're about to take a trip down memory lane and relive some of the most controversial moments in sports history. Get ready to question everything you thought you knew, because things are about to get real. Alright, let's talk about Lance Armstrong. This guy was a legend, man. 7 Tour de France titles, beating cancer, inspiring millions around the world. He was the ultimate comeback story, a true American hero. But behind that picture-perfect image, there was a dark secret. Armstrong was juicing, he was doping his way to the top, using performance-enhancing drugs to gain an edge over his competition. And it wasn't just a little bit of this or that. We're talking about a sophisticated, systematic doping program that went on for years. He had everyone fooled, denying the allegations vehemently, attacking his accusers, even suing people who dared to question his integrity. But you know what they say, man, the truth always comes out, and when it did, it hit Armstrong like a ton of bricks. Stripped of his titles, dropped by sponsors, his reputation in tatters, it was a spectacular fall from grace, a cautionary tale about the price of ambition and deceit. What's crazy is how long he got away with it. The pressure to maintain that winning streak, to live up to his image, it must have been immense. But still, man, cheating is cheating. It's a betrayal of the sport, the fans, and ultimately himself. And the worst part? It casts a shadow of doubt over everything he accomplished. Did he really push his body to those limits naturally? We'll never know for sure. We're going back to the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, South Korea. The men's 100-meter final, the most prestigious event in track and field. Ben Johnson explodes out of the blocks, leaving his rivals in the dust. He crosses the finish line in a world record time of 9.79 seconds. The crowd goes wild. Johnson is a national hero, a global superstar. But hold on, this story takes a crazy turn. 3 days later, Johnson tests positive for stanozolol, an anabolic steroid. His victory is snatched away, his medal revoked, his reputation ruined. It was a massive scandal. Johnson's image, once a symbol of speed, was tarnished forever, a harsh reminder that some athletes break the rules for glory. Johnson always maintained his innocence, claiming sabotage. He even passed a lie detector test, but the damage was done. The public's trust was shattered, and athletics was left grappling with the fallout. This one really makes you think. The pressure to win at all costs, the lengths people will go to for fame. Cheating is never the answer. Alright, this next story is straight out of a Hollywood movie, man. Figure skating, it's all about grace, elegance, and fierce competition. And in the 1990s, no rivalry was more intense than the one between Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan. These two were at the top of their game, vying for Olympic glory. But things took a dark turn in 1994 when Kerrigan was attacked after a practice session. The assailant struck her knee with a baton, trying to knock her out of competition. The media went into a frenzy. Who would do such a thing? Well, it turned out that the attack was orchestrated by none other than Tonya Harding's ex-husband and her bodyguard. They were trying to eliminate Kerrigan from the competition and give Harding a clear path to the gold medal. Harding's involvement in the scandal remains a subject of debate to this day. She pleaded guilty to hindering the prosecution, but denied any prior knowledge of the attack. However, her reputation was tarnished, and she was banned from figure skating for life. The whack heard round the world, as it came to be known, sent shockwaves through the sporting world, exposing the dark underbelly of competition and the lengths some people will go to for victory. It's a story about jealousy, ambition, and the consequences of crossing the line. Whether Harding was directly involved or not, her legacy will forever be linked to this bizarre and shocking incident. Chapter 4. Now let's talk about Maria Sharapova, one of the biggest names in women's tennis. This woman had it all: talent, beauty, a trophy cabinet full of Grand Slam titles. But in 2016, her career came crashing down when she tested positive for meldonium at the Australian Open. Meldonium, a heart medication, had recently been added to the list of banned substances, and Sharapova claimed she had been taking it for years for medical reasons, and was unaware it was now prohibited. The tennis world was shocked. Sharapova, a 5-time Grand Slam champion, was facing a lengthy ban. She was initially suspended for 2 years, which was later reduced to 15 months after she appealed. This one sparked a huge debate about doping in sports. Some people were sympathetic to Sharapova's situation, believing her claim that she had made an honest mistake. Others were less forgiving, arguing that athletes have a responsibility to be aware of what they are putting into their bodies. Regardless of where you stand on the issue, Sharapova's story is a reminder that even the most successful athletes are not above the rules. It also highlights the importance of staying informed about banned substances, as ignorance is no excuse in the eyes of anti-doping agencies. Chapter 5. Diego Maradona, the Hand of God, Drugs, and Controversial Genius. Let's talk about Diego Maradona, one of the most naturally gifted footballers to ever grace the pitch. This guy was a magician with the ball at his feet, capable of single-handedly dismantling defenses. But Maradona's genius was often overshadowed by controversy, both on and off the field. We all know about the Hand of God goal against England in the 1986 World Cup. Maradona blatantly punched the ball into the net, and the referee somehow allowed the goal to stand. Argentina went on to win the World Cup, and Maradona became a legend, but the controversy surrounding that goal has never faded. But Maradona's demons went far beyond a single handball. Throughout his career he struggled with drug addiction, battling cocaine abuse that ultimately led to his expulsion from the 1994 World Cup after failing a drug test. It was a sad end to a tumultuous career, a stark reminder that even the most talented individuals are not immune to the dangers of addiction. Maradona's story is a complex one, a tale of immense talent, undeniable flaws, and the constant battle between genius and self-destruction. He was a flawed hero, a controversial figure, but there's no denying his impact on the sport of football. Love him or hate him, Maradona's legacy continues to fascinate and divide opinion to this day. Chapter 6, Barry Bonds, the Home Run King and the Steroid Cloud. Alright, let's talk about Barry Bonds, one of the most feared hitters in baseball history. This guy could hit a baseball a mile, smashing home run records and striking fear into the hearts of pitchers everywhere. But Bonds' legacy is forever tainted by allegations of steroid use during his career. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Bonds' physique underwent a dramatic transformation. He bulked up significantly, his power numbers skyrocketed, and whispers of performance-enhancing drug use began to circulate. Bonds vehemently denied the allegations, but in 2007, he was indicted by a federal grand jury on charges of perjury and obstruction of justice related to his testimony about steroid use. The trial was a media circus, with Bonds facing accusations of lying under oath about his alleged PED use. He was eventually found guilty of obstruction of justice but avoided a conviction on the perjury charges. The steroid scandal cast a long shadow over Bonds' career. He retired as baseball's all-time home run leader, but his achievements have been met with skepticism and asterisk. The debate about whether or not Bonds' record should stand continues to rage on, a testament to the complex legacy of an undeniably talented but ultimately flawed athlete. Chapter 7. Rosie Ruiz, the marathon cheat who took a shortcut to infamy. Let's talk about Rosie Ruiz, a name synonymous with cheating in the world of marathon running. In 1980, Ruiz shocked the world by winning the Boston Marathon in a record-breaking time. She crossed the finish line looking remarkably fresh, but something about her victory didn't seem right. As it turned out, Ruiz had pulled off one of the most audacious acts of cheating in sports history. Instead of running the entire 26.2 miles, Ruiz hopped into the race during the final mile, blending in with the crowd and sprinting to a fraudulent victory. Her deception was quickly uncovered when witnesses came forward, and race officials noticed discrepancies in her split times. Ruiz's victory was invalidated, and she became a symbol of athletic dishonesty. The Boston Marathon cheating scandal exposed the vulnerability of even the most prestigious sporting events to fraud and deception. It also highlighted the importance of vigilance and skepticism, reminding us that not everyone who crosses the finish line first has played by the rules. Ruiz's actions tarnished the spirit of competition and cast a shadow of doubt over the integrity of marathon running. Her name will forever be etched in the annals of sports history as a cautionary tale about the consequences of taking shortcuts and the enduring allure of ill-gotten glory. That's it for our look at 7 athletes who got caught cheating. We've seen some crazy stories today, from doping scandals to outright fraud, reminding us that the pursuit of victory can sometimes bring out the worst in people. What do you guys think? Did we miss any big ones? Hit us up in the comments below and let us know. And hey, if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more sports stories and scandals. We'll be back soon with more wild tales from the world of sports. Until then, stay curious, stay skeptical, and keep your head on a swivel.